ready, Nathan?
Hey y'all, Dyin Barbecue, back in front of the grill today. Today we're going to be talking turkey. Now, no, we're not talking a whole turkey here, we're talking turkey breast. This is great, it's going to be awesome. We're going to glaze this thing with a honey glaze. It's going to be super terrific. If you haven't tried a turkey breast yet, I'm going to tell you this recipe is something that you need to try out. If you don't want to do a whole turkey for a gathering, this is something great to do. We're going to get into prepping this thing up. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, punch the like button. Let's do a honey glazed turkey breast. Alright, let me get y'all zoomed in here. We'll start seasoning this bird up. So, first thing I'm going to do is come with a little bit of oil, just to kind of help with the binder. And then I'm going with the savory rub. I know y'all have seen me use this rub a lot. This is Tailgaters Party Rub. This stuff is great on turkey. I know I say it's great on everything, but this is money on turkey. It's going to give it a real savory flavor, so that whenever we come back with that honey glaze, we're going to have those savory notes plus that sweetness of the honey. So let's get this thing seasoned up here. Season the bottom side first, then we're going to flip it over. Come back with a little oil on the top, and then we're going to season the top of this thing. Make sure you get all your edges, get this thing all seasoned up, and that's it. Now, we got it all seasoned up. You can see that rub, that pepper shining through. That's going to give it that real savory note. We're going to be cooking this thing on my Pit Boss Austin XL today. We're going to be running at 300 degrees. We're going to throw this thing on there, let it go for about 45 minutes, and then we're going to come out, check on it, probably baste it with a little bit of butter, but this thing's going to be delicious. Stay tuned. Okay, so that turkey breast has been on there for about 45 minutes. The bark is, or the rub is set up good on that thing. Now I'm going to come back and hit it with a little bit of butter. All this butter is going to do is help kind of give it a little bit of color, and it's going to add a little extra flavor. So we'll just drizzle this butter on there. I'm not brushing it on there, I'm just kind of letting it fall and run down over the top of the breast. That way we don't mess up any of that rub that's on there. But that butter is going to really help change the color on this breast, make it super delicious. Now I'm also going to put a probe in it now, just so we can see kind of where we're at on temps. We're setting about 100 degrees. We'll probably check on that thing in about 30 minutes. See where we're at. Maybe baste it with a little bit more butter. Stay tuned. Alright, so it's been about another 30 minutes. We're going to baste this bird again with some butter. Not brushing it, just letting it run over the top of this meat. Going to add some moisture. Really help the color on this thing. I think we like about another 15 minutes till we reach the 150 degrees. I'm going to get in there, start making up the glaze that we're going to put on this thing, and then I'll show you how we glaze this bird up. Alright, let's get this simple glaze mixed up. What we're going to do is about 1 cup brown sugar. This is about a 1/4 cup of honey. And then I've got about 2 tablespoons here of mango pineapple juice. We're just gonna put that in there. Now I'm gonna take this inside, heat it up over medium heat, just till that sugar melts and we get that glaze formed. Then once that bird hits 150 degrees, we're gonna baste it with this. Okay, so that bird's been on there about an hour and a half. We're reading 150 on my temps. So now we're gonna come back and hit it with this glaze. Like I said, this is just a glaze that I mixed up. Adds a little sweetness to this thing. It's gonna be delicious. Again, I'm not brushing it on here. I'm just kind of letting the glaze run across the top of this turkey. Just want to make sure you get it all glazed up. We're gonna let that thing go for about another 15, maybe 20 minutes, just till it hits 160 degrees. And then we're gonna pull it off and let it rest. Now the final step into making this thing a honey glazed turkey, give it that nice crust. We're sitting at 155. I'm gonna come back and just take some turbinado sugar. Sugar in the raw. We're just gonna take and drizzle this over the top of that turkey. This is gonna help form a crust. It's not gonna burn. It's just gonna make a nice little crust on this thing. That sugar's gonna melt down on there. You're gonna see what I'm talking about here in a minute. So here it is. That turkey breast taken off. Now we pulled it at 160 degrees just because the carryover is gonna take it over to 165. So I'm gonna cover this thing up. Just let it kind of rest out here. We'll let it rest for about 10, maybe 15 minutes, and then we'll come back and slice into it, see what we got. That crust is something special. Stay tuned. Alright, so this bird's been hanging out here for about 15 minutes, letting it get cooled off a little bit so that we can slice into it, kind of see what we got. Got a good little crust on it. We're just going to go ahead and see if we can't slice into this thing, see how we did. This thing is super juicy. It's got a good little crust on it. You see that juice is just running out of this sucker. Gonna go ahead and fan it out here so you can kind of see what it kind of looks like. Go ahead and get a little piece out of the middle here so you can tell. I'm telling you, that thing is juicy. Super juicy, super tender. Hey, If you like what you see here, I got an Instagram page, at Dyin Barbecue. I also got a Facebook page, Dyin Barbecue. We just cooked up a honey glazed turkey breast out there on the pit boss. That juice just dripping. And it's delicious.